Okay, let's jump right into this explainer with a scenario I am willing to bet we have all lived through. Imagine it's late at night, you're shopping online, just scrolling through endless tabs, you've been hunting for a while, and finally, boom, there it is, the absolute perfect item. It's the right color, it has the exact specs you needed, you get that little hit of dopamine, right? Because it's literally exactly what you've been searching for.
And then you glance at the price, $39.95. Honestly, that's a steal. It fits perfectly into your budget. So with this deep sense of consumer satisfaction, you click Add to Cart and march straight to the virtual checkout line to lock it in. You are feeling great about this find. But then, right before you hit buy, you see it, that dreaded extra line item. Shipping, $7.99. Instantly, all that joy just completely evaporates. It's totally irrational, right? I mean, you were perfectly ready to spend $40 on the item itself, but an extra $8 just for someone to physically drive the box to your house? It feels like a personal insult. Nobody likes paying for shipping. It genuinely feels like setting money on fire.
But suddenly, a little prompt pops up on your screen, and it acts like this helpful little friend whispering in your ear, hey, spend just $10 more to unlock free shipping. It feels like a lifeline. So you hit the back button, browse around for some socks, maybe a keychain or a fancy pen, and you gladly toss another random item into your cart just to clear that hurdle. You absolutely weren't planning on buying it, but hey, it's got to be better than paying for shipping, right?
So you head back to checkout. Your total is now $52.43. You click Purchase, lean back, and smile. You did it. You just outsmarted the checkout screen. You quote-unquote saved yourself $8 in fees. What a massive win.
But let's hit pause for a second and really think about what just happened here. This exact sequence of tiny, seemingly independent decisions happens millions of times a day all over the world. It really feels like we're beating the system. But what if the system anticipated your exact move? Did you actually save money, or did you just dance exactly to the tune the retailer was playing the entire time?
Because here is the crucial twist we are unpacking today. Free shipping is not designed to save you money. It never was. Free shipping actually isn't the product at all. Your purchasing behavior is the product. And once you start viewing the digital shopping cart through this specific lens, the entire landscape of online commerce changes permanently.
So, let's break down exactly how they do this by looking at the 4 distinct hidden models that retailers use to offer this perk.
Because not all free shipping works the same way. First up, there's built-in shipping. This is where the shipping cost is just quietly baked right into the product's base price. You are definitely still paying for it, just not as a separate line item at checkout. Second is threshold shipping. This is that classic spend $50 for free delivery tactic we just talked about. This is absolutely not about rewarding you for being a good customer. It is strictly about inflating your average order size. Third is membership shipping. You pay an upfront annual fee once for unlimited deliveries. And because it feels free after that initial sting, human psychology pretty much guarantees you'll do almost all your shopping on that single platform just to get your money's worth. And finally, we have loss leader shipping. This is where the retailer actually takes a financial hit on your delivery today, fully knowing they're going to make it all back through your guaranteed repeat business tomorrow. But here's the thing. Whether it's built-in, threshold, membership, or loss leader, all 4 methods share the exact same psychological objective, getting you to spend more money.
Now, to really grasp why these models are so heavily relied upon, we have to uncover the massive machine hidden right behind your screen. Think about it like buying a cup of coffee. You only see the final cup, right? You don't see the farmer, the exporter, or the roaster. Online shopping works exactly the same way. Your order travels through this highly complex physical supply chain. It starts with a manufacturer, goes to a brand, then a retailer who stores it in some massive warehouse, then a fulfillment center actually has to physically pack it, a shipping carrier transports it across the country, and finally, a local delivery driver brings it directly to your front door. It takes a literal invisible army of people and machines to make this happen. And the harsh reality of logistics is simple. Absolutely nobody in this chain works for free. Every single step takes a financial cut. Let's look at the actual math on a typical $50 online order, because it is incredibly eye-opening. The physical product itself might cost the retailer $24. Then you have packaging at about $1.40, warehouse handling, that's another $2.10, payment processing takes roughly $1.60, that leaves a remaining chunk of $20.90. But wait, once you subtract a real-world shipping cost, which is usually around $7 to $12, from that remaining $20, the retailer's seemingly healthy profit margin is just annihilated. Depending on the size of the box and how far it has to travel, that quote-unquote free shipping is actually a massive financial liability for the business.
And because those margins vanish so quickly, retailers lean heavily into a brilliant psychological strategy known as the threshold trap.
Have you ever walked into a local cafe wanting just one simple black coffee? But then the barista points out that if you buy a pastry, it completes a combo and actually saves you money on the drink. So what happens? You walk out with a $4 croissant you never planned on eating just because your brain couldn't resist completing the set for a supposed discount. Well, the online threshold trap relies on that exact same psychology. You buy more simply because your brain craves that sense of completion.
In the e-commerce world, the golden goose isn't actually the customer buying the biggest, most expensive TV. No, it is the customer adding just one more thing to hit a shipping threshold. Let's say you add a $15 pair of sunglasses to your cart just to get over that $50 line. The retailer will gladly eat an $8 loss to ship your order for free. Why? Because that impulse item was incredibly cheap to manufacture, and it nets them a $15 profit. So they paid $8 to ship the box, but your impulse purchase earned them $15. The shipping was never the main event for them. Increasing the overall size of your basket was the real objective all along.
But of course, running this intricate pricing machine is a delicate balancing act, and there are some serious hidden risks.
Retailers constantly have to weigh the speed of shipping against their own profitability. And there are all these chaotic variables that can completely break their model. I mean, shipping costs skyrocket whenever fuel prices go up. What if a customer decides to return an item because it didn't fit right? Well, that instantly wipes out any profit made on that order and usually puts the retailer in the red. Transporting large or heavy products costs significantly more. Bad weather can delay deliveries and cause cascading logistical nightmares. And all the while, customer expectations are demanding faster and faster shipping every single year. Literally, one wrong estimate involving any of these factors turns a profitable online order into a huge financial loss.
But among all those chaotic risks, there is one factor that reigns supreme: proximity. Distance is money. Shipping a small package across your own city might cost a couple of bucks, but sending that exact same package across the continent costs several times more. That is exactly why retail giants are pouring tens of billions of dollars into building mega warehouses practically in your backyard. Minimizing distance is the single variable that changes everything. The closer the inventory sits to your front door, the cheaper every single delivery becomes, which protects those razor-thin margins.
So, after peeling back the supply chains and the consumer psychology, let's get down to the real question. Who is actually paying for this?
Let's look at a final real-world comparison that is honestly going to permanently change your perspective next time you shop. Let's say you want a product that costs $41.99. In scenario A, if you just sucked it up and paid the $7.99 shipping fee, your total out-of-pocket would be $49.98. But you hate paying for shipping, right? So in scenario B, to unlock that free shipping, you add an $8 extra item to your cart. Your total is now $49.99. By desperately trying to avoid a fee, you actually spent 1 cent more out of pocket. And the retailer? Well, they moved extra inventory, they boosted their average order value, and they walked away with a larger overall profit. All because the word free completely warped your decision-making process.
And this brings us to our final takeaway. As the source material for this explainer perfectly distills it, free shipping isn't a gift, it's a pricing machine designed to change what you buy, how much you spend, and who ultimately pays for delivery. So the very next time you find yourself sitting at a digital checkout screen, frantically searching for one more pair of socks just to avoid a shipping fee, take a breath. Ask yourself, are you brilliantly outsmarting the system? Or is the system brilliantly outsmarting you?